Hey, what's up, guys? It's Steve Mannenbach with Get MIB. That stands for Get Marketing, Influencing, and Branding. I wanted to make a video today to explain why my mortgage leads are better than everybody else's. All right. The main reasons are this. Number one, I've been doing it since 2016. So over 5 years of experience only on mortgage, hard money, and private money, right? That's one big reason. Number two, though, back in 2019, I started my loan officer career. I got a 92% on the SAFE exam. This is after having completed law school, my MBA in finance and entrepreneurship, and my bachelor's. Okay, so 3 degrees, marketing for 5 years, then becoming a loan officer at Loan Depot and working my way up to top number one, actually, in the STP pull-through rankings and top 5 in the submissions to processing per month rankings with 30 plus submissions to processing in a month, multiple times. My best week at Loan Depot, I originated at a 35% clip for 7 one-call closes, just to give you an idea of my sales skills. I've read a lot of Grant Cardone. I think that really helps me as well. But I see a lot of marketers posting videos, and I remember back before I became a loan originator, and I was not yet fully in tune with everything you need to know as a loan officer to mesh it with the marketing world. And then, the end result has now become that I get these great leads. But this took me 5 years to accomplish. Nobody else out there has both the marketing background, legal background, MBA, JD MBA, and been a top 5. I've been a top 5 loan officer at 3 different mortgage companies. Now I've started my own brokerage, Zoom Loans. Okay. So I have both the marketing and sales expertise as a loan officer. Nobody else can match that or come close. I just want to run through my mortgage leads guide with you really quickly so you can see why, GetMIB.com is the #1 source for mortgage leads, hard money leads, and private money leads. All right. So let's go ahead and share my screen. You like the little money background? I was watching Billions last night, so I thought this would put me in the mood, talk about making money, right? If you read my homepage on my website, GetMIB.com, that has detailed conversion statistics and how I generated a 880% return on ad spend, ROAS, right? So show me somebody else who's doing that. I bet you can't. But anyways, let's go ahead and share my screen. Here it is. Maybe it will let me go into presentation mode, hopefully. Put it on a different screen. All right, well, let's maybe, can I do it on this one? Slideshow, about right here. It's not gonna let me do it. Come on. Can I do that? No? Well, that's fine. I guess I can just do it like this. It doesn't matter. You can see, I guess you can see what's coming. Unless normal review. What did I do? What did I do? Can I just move this one? Oh, you know what I can do? Here we go. Here we go. I will just share the other screen and that will solve our problems. Aha. Wait, I actually want that screen. Share. And now you should be able to see a full screen image. Hopefully I'll put my face in here too as well for you so you can look at my face, see how enthusiastic I get. If I can fit it, that'll work right in there, right? All right, so this is the mortgage leads guide. Talk about how it can 10x your marketing investments. That's me, Steve Mannenbach. I'm the CEO and founder. I decided to formally turn this into an LLC earlier this year. I've been doing leads, past 5 years. So I decided to make it an official deal, and it's been exploding. I mean, I can't even keep up. I just had to hire some more marketers that I'm training right now. So anyways, here's the table of contents real quick. So who we are a marketing agency specializing in lead generation for mortgage lenders, hard money lenders, and private money lenders, right? I've been in the online market space, since 2008. One of my buddies made $1 million doing affiliate marketing for penis pills, if you could believe that. And then he made, I think, like 17 million doing a PC cleaner back when that was a hot thing, to clean up your PC to make it faster. Now, and then he bought a bunch of investment properties, go figure. But yeah, I've had over 100 clients, probably now more like 150, maybe even 200. Definitely spent over $1 million on ads myself. Like I have done it all myself. So a lot of other people might have, hired somebody to do it. Well, I've actually done it personally. I've been a loan originator at Loan Depot and in trust funding. And then Geneva Financial, I became a branch manager after only my first year, mainly because I can do the marketing, right? I can get the leads. That's a really big part of why I was able to advance so fast. And then again, there's my 3 degrees. I put a little screenshot up here, my law degree, my MBA in finance. I studied intellectual property law. So I'm a smart dude. I got a 72 on the, a 92 on the SAFE exam, right? So the problem with most mortgage leads, you're going to have non-exclusivity. They're selling it to multiple lenders, low credit scores. If you just use the detailed targeting on Facebook, you're going to get lower credit scores if you're not using a custom audience to then develop a special ad audience list. I actually have a sneaky trick to still do lookalike audiences for housing ads, but that's my secret. And it still works. I tested it recently. I have little workarounds for a lot of things. I even got the first CBD ads through on Facebook. I got those through by writing, CSEE space BD. That was how I got the CBD ads through. So you just have to be creative sometimes in order to get around the different rules that are thrown at you. Again, bad phone numbers or email addresses, partial lead data. A lot of you guys out there are buying leads that have been sold multiple times. Like mine are fresh, mine are amazing. And I can also help you set up a CRM. I've played around with Jungo, Ricochet 360, Go High Level, Close.com, looked at Convoso. I'm now settled on Shape CRM. I have the hook on that. So if you want to get a better CRM with Dialer Incorporated, it's only $99 a seat per person. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, and I will help hook you up with that because it looks pretty good. Again, the conversion rates will be low off these other leads you're going to get. My conversion rate is going to be more like 5 to 10%. 5% if it's just you by yourself, like your cell phone. But if you have a CRM, you have other pieces in place. You can get. I don't see why you couldn't get up to 10% conversion rate. So how am I able to do this, right? Basically, a lot of this comes down to the special ad audiences, the lists. I am like crazy about my data. It probably sounds geeky, but I have lists of people, of borrowers from the past 5 years. So I might have a list of veterans that all have home values above 300,000 or over 200,000, or maybe some of them. Maybe there's a list of people with 10% or more disability status, or they all wanted to pull cash out in their veterans, or they wanted to pull cash out for an investment property, single family residence, 1 to 4 unit investment property, cash out refinance leads. I have that. I have the same thing for like multifamily, 5+ unit, 2 to 4 unit, all types of commercial properties. You name it. I have a list that I can plug into Facebook and bring you the exact type of borrower that you want. That is one thing that I don't think anybody else has it, and I obsess over. I've spent countless hours creating all those lists. There's no way anybody could touch me on that. So yeah, that's the custom audience list. And this just discusses how a special ad audience, basically you upload a CSV file into Facebook. You just need like 300 solid data, solid like borrowers, right? Or homeowners if you want to do refis. And they should have first name, last name, phone, and email. If you have just those 4 things, you don't need to upload anything more than that. Upload it in as a custom audience, then create a special ad audience off of that custom audience. That is one of the keys to this puzzle, okay? But it takes a lot of practice and a lot of split testing. Sometimes, I used to create over 100 variations with just the targeting, not including the different ads, right? So the big data list, right? Bold creatives. I taught myself Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, InVideo, Canva, Photoshop. I taught myself how to design all of those. I made my own logos. The logo you see up here, I made that. I made that shit. I'm going to cuss on this. I made that shit, right? Made a play off Men in Black. It could be Men in Branding. I said marketing, influencing, and branding. I made the mistake the first time I created a company name. I called it Payment Solution Brokers, so long. So this time, getmib.com, 6 letters, perfect. So if you're thinking about starting a company, make sure you have a short domain. Just a little side note. Lead magnets, very important. Ebooks, e-guides, free quotes, rate sheets, white papers, worksheets, maybe a free video training on how to calculate your savings from a refinance, anything like that. Ad copy, right? A big offer for a gym, it could be a 1-month free trial. If you're a correspondent lender, maybe it's giving the borrower $1,000 off closing costs in exchange for them going ahead and completing the full online application, which I used to do, and that worked phenomenally. I would get 2 to 4 online applications completed, the full 1003. Credit box checked, pull credit done, already game over. I think I did the most applications I did in a day was, I believe, 8, 6 a couple times, 4 multiple times. So that's what's possible. You could have the lead form going to your 1003 and you can incentivize it. Urgency, if it's free e-guides, we've only printed out 50 of these and we're going to send out until they're all gone. Scarcity also, because there's a limited quantity. I guess the time sensitive nature would be like, once the first of the month hits, we're no longer going to be sending these out. People always like this little side note here at the end. People always like to feel like they're getting an unfair advantage. So, top 10 secrets to refinancing, top 10 secrets to cash out refinancing, 5 loopholes, 3 weird tricks, using language like that, where people think they're going to get the inside track over everybody else. That works as well. Conversion rates, these costs are going to vary per lead cost. These are a bit high. I try to be a little bit more conservative on this. So people, if I don't hit it below $10 a lead, they don't get mad, right? But I mean, what difference does it make if it's 10 or 20 bucks a lead? It's not really going to make much of a difference overall, unless you're a loan officer making only 50 bips. The main thing is the quality and the loan amounts, right? And if you have the higher home values in the list that you're uploading, you're going to get higher loan amounts. It's just by chance. That's how it's going to work out. See right here, I put together a couple nice charts. So if you're a loan officer making 75 bips, 100 bips, 125 or 150 bips, and the cost per lead is $15, you want 5 leads a day, daily ad budget 75. This is very reasonable, very easy to hit, okay? It will show you, if you take out the ad spend, you take out a 2,000 fee. My fees have gone up since this, but not by a lot. Your loan officer net profit under 75 bips is still going to be almost 13,000. Under 100 bips, you're going to make close to 20,000. At 125 bips, you're going to make 24,000 in a month. And then under 150 bips, you're going to make 30,000 in a month, unless you're getting live transfers if you want to do live transfers and an automated follow-up sequence and you have a loan officer assistant, you might be able to double these numbers, okay? Here are some examples of ads, right, that I ran for myself, for my own branch. It says my name right there. I did everything. Jumbo, investment properties. Investment properties were hot. Sometimes you get those borrowers, like 3 to 5 properties they want to pull cash out of all at the same time to go buy more. Those are sweet, man. And they stay with you to the end. They're not going to shop you because they just got you all their docs. Cash outs, VA, it doesn't matter. I can get anything at this point, anything you want. These are the text and email notifications. So I have it set up to where basically I use Twilio and Zapier to zap you over a text notification every time a new borrower signs up. You can just tap it, call them, or tap it and text them. And I can teach you how to text to get a high response rate, right? With using my CRM and just a 1-day automated follow-up sequence with text, email, and a voicemail drop, I was able to get a 52% response rate without even lifting a finger when I was at Geneva Financial, okay? That's amazing. Now imagine if I took that to 30 days with a follow-up sequence. I would expect like an 80% response rate just from automations. No manual outreach. This email notification just has the same information, and at the bottom there's a link to the Google Sheet that I share with each client. I create a Google Sheet that auto-populates all of your leads. So you get the text notification in real time, email notification in real time, and also a spreadsheet that on Google Drive that I set up that auto-populates all of your lead data. If you have a CRM, I can connect to that as well. I've done it with many different CRMs, Velocify, Shape, I mean, tons of them. I can't even think of all the different, Surefire. It doesn't matter. As long as it has an open API and can connect through Zapier, we're good to go. And if you don't have a CRM, talk to me and I will help you with that, maybe even hook you up. Again, just showing my amazing results. For myself, I generated, over 11,500 leads during my little stint at Geneva. That was probably over like a six-month period. So, like 2,000 leads a month. Plenty of leads on Facebook will never run out. Okay, you'd have to probably spend 10,000 a day to be pushing the limits. Okay, so there's a lot of leads you can get out of Facebook. Here's a bunch of links to my YouTube videos. If you haven't visited my YouTube channel, just youtube.com/c/ there's a lender calling me. Call her back after this. It's about a VA cash out. So YouTube/c/Steve Mannenbach. That will take you right to my channel, and you can watch all my videos. I'm constantly putting up new content. These are probably old now. Lenders I've worked with, so many lenders that I've worked with. It's pretty wild, and it feels pretty good at this point, right? Testimonials, right? These leads are sick. I'll be getting the posted URL for Velocify. That's Breton. Fucking crushing it right now on your leads. Got one 275K loan that I locked in yesterday, and I have 2 people I've pre-approved for purchases, and 3 people I'm trying to get in for refinancing. Going to be increasing the ad budget soon and spreading these leads throughout my office. Another person, Loan Depot, got 3 deals, 7 pretty good prospects. It just makes sense, right? I don't think I need to do much more than this. The results are amazing. Like I said, show me somebody else getting over 800% return on their ad spends. It's not going to happen. And if you really dial it in, I think over 1,000% is really where it will line up at. Because some of those months, if you look on my homepage, it was over 1,000%. Again, here's just some of my updated pricing. Basic package, $3,000 a month. Standard, $3,500. Ad spend is separate. And then premium package, that's going to include CRM setup. I'm actually raising that to $1,500 because CRM setup takes quite a while, and I'm giving you my personalized templates for texting and emailing, which work really well. Branch deal, 5+ loan officers, and I'll probably come out with a different structure depending on what each person wants to do. I think what I'm going to do though is probably like 5K plus 20% of ad spend for the month if we're going on that type of scale, because that's going to involve a lot of ad work, and you have to keep changing the ads because they fatigue, right? The more times we got to change the ads, the more, the longer it takes, the more split testing I have to do. But after we do that long enough, or if you want to sign up for like a year contract, I can look at discounting that for you as well. Yeah, but if you want me to set up your campaign, which you should, because I am the best, I will say that confidently. Put me up against anybody else's leads. I got no problem with that. We can even do a competition. Shoot me a text, shoot me an email. My cell phone number is 503-551-8690, and my email address is steve@getmib.com. If you want to talk to me about working for my mortgage company, Zoom Loans, great name, by the way, Zoom Loans. I got gozoomloans.com. Then you can go ahead and shoot me an email to steve@gozoomloans.com and email me your resume. All right, that's all I got. So I just wanted to put a video out explaining, why I have the background, credentials, education, experience and experience as a loan officer, as a top loan originator in the US, right? Putting up big numbers. You know, none of these other marketers can do that. You know, a lot of them just will not measure up to what I've been able to accomplish in such a short period of time. Thought it was important to make this. If you have questions, you know, text me 24/7. I'm always working. All right. Hope to talk to you soon.